Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Bridget, and if you clicked on this video, then there is a message here for you today. All right, so I'm going to just pull live and just see what a spirit wants you to know. We're going to use the Moonology deck. Okay, so spirit, what would you like this person to know right now? What would you like them to know right now? Ooh, conclusions are within reach. Okay, conclusions are within reach. It's within reach. There's something here about timing. You may be stressed out or concerned or anxious or something. I'm picking up around timing of something, maybe feeling like, is this goal, is this conclusion, or is this completion of something even within reach? I'm seeing a questioning or a doubting or a sense of not really being able to see if it is or if it isn't sort of available to you. Okay, so spirit, what do you want them to know exactly apart from conclusions are within reach, which is a really great message and honestly a blessing? You and your loved ones are safe. Yeah, I'm feeling some kind of anxiety or concern energy here. Spirit really wanting to come through today to say that you are safe, where you are. Your loved ones are safe where you are. Maybe there's something that you feel like it needs to happen in order for, you need something to happen, to manifest, in order for you to, I don't know, I'm hearing move on and move forwards in some way, move forwards, maybe reach some kind of goal or destination. I'm seeing something about being dissatisfied or uncomfortable in some way in a current environment or in a current situation. For some of you, it could be in your home environment because we have the Cancer energy. It could be in your home environment. There could be something that doesn't feel very comfortable or congruent. There's something incongruent about your home and your energy. This is for some of you. For others of you, this is something else, but it's somewhere that you spend a lot of your time. There's something, could be a relationship, could be a workplace. It could be even something to do with your physical body. There's something here where you're outgrowing it or you have outgrown it. You might have a sense of I've outgrown this. I really need to move on. I really need to move forwards. I really need to move on. And I really need to move forwards. But there's a fear or concern of will I be able to do this? Will the resources be there for me? Will I be able to afford it? Will I be able to move forwards when I want to? There's a lot of questions and doubt and sort of an insecurity energy. Okay. But Spirit's wanting to tell you that it's actually within reach. This thing that you are desiring, this moving forward, is actually more within reach than I feel like you're giving yourself credit for. Yeah, it's actually within reach. It's right there for the taking. Okay, Spirit, what do you want them to know about this? How to help them to really make it happen here? What do you want them to know? What's the key here? What's the key? Work through your fears. Right. So there's a message here around really releasing fear out of the body, really releasing it, because knowing that you actually are safe, you and your loved ones are safe. There's something here as well about releasing. Okay, I'm going to use the example of a home because this is what Spirit's showing me, but you can apply it to anything in your life. It doesn't have to be a home. Okay, it doesn't have to be about a home, but I'm just going to use this as an example to kind of get the message through. Okay. It's making me think about a time in the past where I really wanted to move into my own place. I was living with some people that I wasn't resonating with, and it was actually a really uncomfortable situation. And I was I really need to live by myself. And I just felt like it was right, it was the right time for me to do this and stuff like this. Anyway, so I was trying to manifest this new home for a little while. I mean, it wasn't that long actually, but it felt like a really long time because of the situation I was living through. It felt like it was ages. And a dear friend at the time told me that I needed to let go. I needed to let it go so that it could actually come in, because I was putting so much pressure on this manifestation. I was it has to come in. I have to be able to move. I have to be able to get out of here. And she was you just appreciate where you are and enjoy where you are so that the energy can flip, so that it can flip. And so I was okay. And I was sort of reluctant at first, but then I just did it. And I started to, oh my God, I just saw the biggest blue butterfly. They're so beautiful. They're these huge, bright blue butterflies. They're called the Ulysses butterfly, I'm pretty sure. They're gorgeous. Anyway, that is such a sign. Basically, what I did was that I took her advice and I just let it go. I was okay, I'm happy where I am in these ways. I could look at certain things in my environment and be well, this is nice. Well, I have a home, and I had my own space in my room and things like this. And I basically shifted my energy really drastically. And then within a couple of days, I got the notification that I'd received, I'd gotten my application approved for my new home. And then I moved in and I had my own space and it was like the best time and I was so happy. So what our energy like really impacts our manifestation. This is what Spirit's trying to say. And there's something like here for you that's like so within reach, right? Just like that house situation, the example that I gave where I was like literally a couple of days out from manifesting it. Like I was a couple of days out from receiving it. But I just needed to shift my energy a little bit because I had all of these fears happening. I had all of these fears where I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to get it. I'm going to have to stay in this situation that I'm unhappy with. I don't want to be here anymore. Da, da, da. And we can kind of lose sight. Like I was getting so laser focused that I like lost sight of like the things that I could appreciate about where I was. And it was really good advice that my friend gave me. And so I'm feeling like Spirit's sort of giving you that same advice. We saw the blue butterfly, okay? This is like a transformative time. Like you have the ability, like it is within reach. Like Spirit's reminding you that you are a creator of your own reality. Like this is within reach. Sometimes we just have to do a little bit of energetics, like a little bit of a dance with the energy in the field to just like shift more into alignment with something that we really want, especially when we're up against some kind of an energy where, you know, like how I was in that situation that I was living in where I was not happy. It wasn't congruent with who I really was. You know, I was living with people that it was challenging to live with and it was really triggering and things like this. So it was like really hard for me to like let go, right? And I did have resistance when my friend first told me that. But luckily, I was able to kind of just like chill and be like, you know what? There's things that I got going on that I can appreciate and I can flip my, like, it's like I had to switch my focus from focusing on, I can't be here, I can't be here, I can't be here to like, okay, there are things about my life in the present moment, even without anything changing, that I can be grateful for, that I can appreciate. It might not be that I appreciate the people that I'm living with, but I can appreciate other things about my life, right? So it's something here about change your focus. Shift your focus a little bit so that you're focusing on something that is enjoyable, that is grateful, that you are grateful for. Because I'm seeing when this conclusion occurs or when this manifestation comes in, what are you going to be feeling? Think about it. What are you going to feel? Are you going to feel grateful? Yeah, you are. You're going to be feeling grateful. You're not going to be feeling like resistance and fear and anguish, right? So if you're in that energy, then you're not a vibrational match to getting that news, metaphorically, like symbolically, getting the news about your new home. You know what I'm saying? I know that it's easier said than done, but it is possible. And you can flip the energy. You can literally flip energy within a couple of days when you do this. Like if you are drawn to my channel, then you're a powerful manifester. You have a powerful energy like about you. So you can do this. But there's something here about needing to be a vibrational match. And the fears that you have of like, oh my God, what if it doesn't come in? What if I have to stay in this situation? What if Spirit doesn't support me? What if I'm not safe? Da, 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 da. All of that stuff is kind of creating like a delay in the energy field. So release it and start to focus on acceptance of where you are and surrender to where you are right now and to the divine timing and the divine plan, the divine order of all things. Because when you're in that kind of like, it's like an energy field around you. It's really, really interesting, but it's like when you're broadcasting all of those like energies and emotions out to the universe of like, oh my God, is this thing going to happen? And there's so much resistance and all this stuff. Then it's like really hard for that manifestation to like actually come in and meet you. But when you just let it go, then there's nothing blocking that manifestation anymore. It can just come in and you'll receive that message. You'll receive that letter. You'll receive that application being accepted or that win or whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. But it's a really important like aspect of manifestation because I'm seeing tick, tick, tick. You've already done all the other things, okay? You're already on plan. You're already on point in everything else except that final thing of just letting go, of just letting it go. It's kind of like, you know, the example, oh, I see a yellow butterfly now. Butterflies for your reading. Oh my God. That makes me think of my Metamorphosis tape. You might want to actually like receive that healing if you resonate on my shop. I have a Metamorphosis light language healing and it has a huge butterfly as the like cover art. And yeah, I just feel like that could really serve you at this time if you resonate, of course. Anyway, it makes me think about like if you go into a restaurant or a cafe or something like this, okay? And okay, this is really weird because I had a dream about going into a cafe and ordering a coffee and I don't drink coffee anymore. And my coffee like didn't arrive. And I was like, oh, Spirit doesn't want me to have a coffee. Anyway, That's really irrelevant, but it's just funny because this is the example Spirit's giving. Imagine that you go into a cafe or restaurant, right? And you look at the menu and there's a waiter coming up and they're like, what would you like to order? And you're like, I would like to order this thing. And then you place your order and the waiter goes away. Are you going to sit at that table for the rest of your, like, however long it takes for your meal to come, like writhing in fear? Are you going to sit there being like, oh my God, I don't think my order's coming. I don't think they got it right. I don't know. Are you going to freak out? Are you going to stress? Are you going to create all this energy, like turmoil in the energy field? Or are you just going to sit there and get on with something? Maybe look on your phone, maybe talk to someone if you're with someone, maybe read a book, maybe do a crossword, or maybe just people watch and sit there in peace and meditate. How are you going to spend your time waiting if you knew for sure that something was coming in for you, right? What would you do? Well, would you really sit there freaking out and being like, oh my God, it's not coming in, it's not coming in, it's not coming in, it's not coming in, oh my God, oh my God. No, you wouldn't. It just wouldn't happen. You'd be like, oh yeah, they're getting it for me. They're preparing it. I know it's coming in for me. So I'm just going to enjoy this period of time that I have before something comes in. And there's actually there's a lot of juiciness. There's a lot of juiciness in the energy field before a manifestation comes in. Okay, before something comes in. Because have you ever noticed, like, when you manifest something big, after it's come in, you don't really think about that anymore. You never think about it anymore. You're just like, oh yeah, I have this thing now, so I don't think about it anymore. Like, I remember before I made this really big move into state recently, it was like all I could think about. I was like, oh my God, I just want to move like to this new place. I just want to get out of here. Da, da, da. I was so excited for this like fresh start and this fresh energy. And it was all I could think about. And then once I moved here, I was like, I don't think about that anymore. I'm already here, so it doesn't really cross my mind. Or if you're like waiting to meet your divine counterpart, right? You're like, oh my God, it's all I can think about. I just want to meet this person. Well, once they're here, you're not going to think about that anymore. You're just going to get on with a different phase of life. Okay. And I can tell you, like, from experience, and you can probably look in your own life and think back as well, like, there is some kind of magic to that pre-manifestation phase. There is kind of like a little juiciness to it, right? Before something comes in. Because once you have it, it's like, boom, on to the next. That is just the nature of desire in the human experience. It's like, once we have something, boom, we want to go to the next thing. We're like, okay, I have this now, so I'm going to think about the next goal, the next mountain I'm going to climb, the next thing that I want to accomplish, the next level that I want to get to. And that's a good thing. I'm not criticizing it necessarily, because it keeps us moving forwards in life. It keeps us, it keeps us making progress, I guess, towards our destiny, towards what we've come here to do, our life purpose. But there is some kind of beauty in that pre-manifestation phase where we hold that thing so holy, we hold it as so holy, we hold it as so precious to us. And we're like, oh, I'm so excited for this to come in, or I'm so excited to have this thing happen. And then once we have it happen, it's like, old news, on to the next. It's just kind of crazy. So really think about these different phases. And just because you're in a pre-manifestation period doesn't necessarily make it any less valuable or enjoyable as a post-manifestation period, right? Of course, there are things that would change in your life. Like if you are single and then you become into a partnership, sure, you might have an amazing romantic honeymoon period and it's the best time of your life or whatever. But eventually, after a long time, you might kind of look back at when you were single and be like, you know what? That was kind of okay. Kind of liked being single in a way. I'm just saying there's so many contrasts that we experience in duality. And when we're on one side of it, we're always like, I want to be on that side. I want that thing. I want to be over there. But then when we're actually there, we're like, you know what? That side wasn't actually that bad after all. Kind of was pretty good. Actually, there was pretty good things going on for me over there. It's just kind of craziness. It's just kind of madness. So sometimes we just have to kind of like detach and be like, you know what? It is what it is. We are where we are. We're doing what we're doing. And kind of just like meditate and people watch, like be at that cafe, know your order's coming in and enjoy the surroundings. Listen to the music, watch the person at the table next to you, look out the window, whatever it is, be where you are, be here now. Because there's a beauty, there's a sacredness to where you are right now that you'll never have again. This period of your life, this phase of your life is sacred and it's beautiful. And we're so often focused like over there, I want to be 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 over there. And then once we're there, we look back and we're like, yeah, that was pretty nice actually. Where I used to be was really nice too. So we may as well appreciate it while we have it, right? The nature of desire. Okay, so recap. The manifestation is within reach. Okay, it's coming in fast. It's coming in hot. I want to say it's coming in hot. It's gonna be served hot, okay? It's gonna be life-changing. It's gonna change your life in some way. It's gonna take you into a new set of circumstances. But Spirit's saying work through your fears, especially around something not happening. Yeah, especially around something not happening or around not being safe, like around your order not arriving. But also shifting perception to be like, where I am right now, there's something about it. There's something about where you are right now that you won't have on the other side of your manifestation. Okay. And focus in on that and on the enjoyment and the preciousness of that, because it's going to help reduce the resistance in your energy field so that that thing can come in for you. But it's also just a beautiful practice in life to be appreciative of like where we are and what we already have. Because like I said, the nature of desire, once you have the thing that you've been desiring, you forget about it. And you're like, on to the next, on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing. And it's just kind of crazy. Okay, that's your reading, everyone. So, yeah, if you would like to check out more of my work, then my store is linked in the description. Like I said, I saw 2 butterflies during your reading, so it makes me think of the Metamorphosis tape on my shop. Might be really in alignment with you at this time. You can read about it. I'll link it below. You can see if it is right for you and if you resonate. And yeah, really just thank you for spending time with me and supporting my work in this way. I'm sending you so much love. See you next time. Bye.